A man is running across the African savanna 100,000 years ago. He's chasing prey, dodging predators, surviving on instinct. Suddenly, his chest tightens, a crushing pressure, pain shooting down his arm. He collapses in the grass. Was that a heart attack? It sounds impossible. No fast food, no cigarettes, no office chairs, just movement, muscle, and raw survival. So how could his heart possibly fail him? Here's the question we're answering today. If an ancient human living 100,000 years ago suddenly felt severe chest pain, could it actually have been a heart attack? Most people assume the answer is obviously no. We've been told heart disease is a modern punishment, a side effect of soda, screens, and sitting still. Ancient humans walked for miles every day. They ate wild plants and lean meat. No sugar, no trans fats, no stress about rent or emails. It feels like their hearts should have been practically bulletproof. But here's where it gets strange. That assumption might be wrong. Scientists studying ancient remains, yes, including a few mummies, but stick with me, because this isn't really about mummies, found something that shouldn't exist if the perfect ancient heart theory were true. Hardened arteries, the exact kind of damage that leads to heart attacks today, in bodies thousands of years old. So if ancient humans were active, lean, and eating clean, what was attacking their hearts? Let's rebuild their world for a second. A hunter-gatherer life wasn't just exercise. It was extreme physical stress almost every single day, carrying heavy kills for miles, sudden bursts of sprinting from predators, days of starvation followed by days of overeating when a hunt succeeded. That's not a gentle, balanced lifestyle. That's a roller coaster your cardiovascular system never gets a break from. And there's something even more dangerous hiding in their daily routine. Something nobody thinks about. Smoke. Long before contact with civilization, ancient humans cooked over open fires, inside caves, inside shelters for hours every day for their entire lives. That smoke contains many of the same toxic particles found in cigarette smoke, which means some of the very first humans on Earth may have been unknowingly inhaling something dangerously similar to secondhand smoke every single day of their lives. But that's just the beginning. Ancient humans also lived in a world crawling with parasites, bacteria, and untreated wounds. Chronic infections were constant companions, not rare events. And chronic infection triggers something your body does on purpose to protect you. Inflammation. Here's the twist. Inflammation is supposed to heal you, but when it never turns off, it starts quietly damaging your blood vessels from the inside. Scientists now believe this kind of long-term inflammation may have been just as dangerous to ancient hearts as a modern unhealthy diet is to ours. Then there's the threat nobody escapes. Stress. Stress, not I have a deadline stress. Survival stress. Watching a child die from something a simple antibiotic could fix today. Wondering if tomorrow's hunt fails and the tribe goes hungry. A nervous system locked in fight or flight, sometimes for years at a time. That kind of relentless biological stress floods the body with hormones that over time wear down the heart and arteries, even without a single cheeseburger in sight. And then there's the simplest danger of all. Time. The humans who survived childhood, survived predators, survived disease, still got older. And aging itself stiffens arteries no matter what era you're born into. So, what do scientists actually think happened to that hunter on the savannah? Most researchers now believe ancient humans could absolutely experience cardiovascular disease and, yes, heart attacks, even without modern junk food or sedentary lifestyles. The causes were just different. Smoke instead of cigarettes, infections instead of inflammation from sugar, survival stress instead of email stress. Different costumes. Same villain. So here's the final answer. If that ancient hunter felt sudden chest pain and collapsed, it's entirely possible his heart was failing, just like a heart attack today. Not because his life was unhealthy by our standards, but because some dangers to the human heart have existed since the very beginning of our species. We like to imagine heart disease as something we invented, a price we pay for comfort and convenience. But the human heart hasn't changed much in 100,000 years. It's still the same pump, beating roughly the same way, vulnerable to the same kind of damage. What's changed is everything around it. The fires became factories, the predators became deadlines, the infections became inflammation from processed food. The danger didn't disappear, it just evolved. And that raises an uncomfortable question. If our ancestors' hearts could fail under the pressure of their world, what is our world quietly doing to ours? If this made you see ancient humans differently, imagine what else their bodies are hiding. Subscribe because we're going deeper into prehistoric survival, and the human body still has secrets left to uncover.